3rd and 8 for the Wyoming 36-yard line. Camarillo comes in motion to the near side of the formation. Lemon back to throw. Got time over the middle. Camarillo's got it. 40.
He might
30.
score.
He may go the distance.
He's going in.
The Miami Dolphins have won the football game. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
What the Dolphins have done it. They have won this football game.
Take us out of the history book. We're not going in for that one, baby.
Hey folks, it is week 1 of the NFL season, and Jake and I are here. I'm going to give my picks, and Jake is just going to sit here and look cute. I will apologize in advance. I am trying to recover from having my allergies blow up. There's some work being done in my apartment. I got into some dust, which is one of the things that blows my sinuses up pretty bad. But I'm feeling a little bit better. We're going to give it a whirl. I did not get this video done ahead of the Packers-Bears game. I did put my prediction on Facebook, and it was a correct one. The Packers did beat the Bears. I don't know that it wasn't one of those picks that I was super confident about, but I just kind of felt like Rodgers, because the Bears have a great defense. They are a tough team, but I just felt like Rodgers being an elite quarterback, and I'm not totally sold on Trubisky yet. I just figured that the Packers would find a way to put up a few more points than the Bears. Did not see it being a one touchdown game. That kind of surprised me, and I would like to tell you I had a great. When I got home, I watched it and got a feel for the game, but I did not, because I was just kind of out of it on sinus medication. So anyway, Packers beat the Bears, and hopefully I kind of like the Packers, so I'm kind of hoping that Aaron Rodgers will have a better season this year. So Packers over the Bears. Let's move on. Chiefs at Jaguars. I wish this game was going to be shown in this market. I can't remember who I set the DVR for, but Chiefs at Jaguars, man. Mahomes versus Nick Foles. I do think the Chiefs are farther along than the Jaguars. I think the Chiefs, they're kind of my pick to win the AFC this year, so I think they're going to beat the Jaguars. I think their offense should be a little bit farther down the road in development as opposed to the Jaguars, who I think could make the playoffs if Nick Foles has a good season. I like the Chiefs over the Jaguars in that game. Falcons at Vikings. This one, could go either way, but I'm going to take the Vikings. I think I like that defense, and I think they should run the ball fairly well, but it could go either way. I mean, you just can't count out Matt Ryan and the Falcons. They can put some points up on the board, but I do like the Vikings. Next game, Titans at Browns, and I can't believe I'm actually going to say this, but I'm picking the Browns to win this game. It's been a long time since the Browns were good enough to actually start picking them to win, but I do think that they've added a lot of pieces, and they should win this ball game. Bills at Jets. I like the Bills here. I know some people are picking the Jets. I think I think people really like Darnold, and but in this case, I think the Bills play really good pass defense, and will sneak up and get the Jets. I just look at the Jets and think, well, one, I don't think. Well, Le'Veon Bell has a lot to prove to me that he's going to be the Le'Veon Bell of old, and man, I just don't know. With all the crazy things like firing their GM right after the draft, I just don't feel. I'm not feeling the Jets. All right. So next up, Ravens at Dolphins. Talk about a difficult game to predict. Normally, you'd think, oh well. First of all, let's address the bold moves in Miami. Trading away Laramie Tunsil, offensive tackle, Kenny Stills, wide receiver, and Kiko Alonso at linebacker. I hope they know what they're doing. I hope Chris Greer and Coach Flores have a good game plan or a good strategy, make good personnel decisions, because that's trading away a lot of talent. Wow, don't even know. I guess we're full in on this tanking for Tua, and as a longtime Dolphin fan, well, since '75, it goes against everything I believe to be throwing football games. But I guess we're going to tank for Tua Tagovailoa. Is that how you say it? I guess we'll have to learn. But which makes this game hard to pick. So which way do you go? Because I am not a believer in NFL quarterbacks that run first. And I hate to say that because I like Lamar Jackson. He played at Louisville and great talent. But eventually you need to be, an NFL quarterback needs to be able to sit in the pocket and convert first downs throwing the football. And can he do it? Can he do it when the defense knows he's going to throw it? I don't know. And then you never know. No expectations on Fitzpatrick, so will he dial up some Fitzmagic or not? Miami isn't without talent. They've got some speed. They've got some, especially at running back. And and our defensive secondary is one that Lamar Jackson might have trouble with, because they what I believe they were top in the league in interceptions last year. I mean, Fitzpatrick, Minka Fitzpatrick, and blanking on the other defensive back. We've got talent back there. We've got talent. So, and the Dolphins tend to do what you don't want them to do if you're really wanting them to win. There's not been a whole lot of that in the last several years, but now that we want them to tank, if that's the goal, watch them screw that up and win a ball game. So Ravens at Dolphins. I'm picking the Dolphins. I think Lamar Jackson struggles Sunday. I think we upset the game plan by winning. And there'll be people questioning the Dolphins and what they're really trying to do. I think the Dolphins upset. I'm calling it. Dolphins upset Ravens. Fitzpatrick has a really good game, and Lamar Jackson has a terrible game. But then again, watch them. Now that I picked it, they'll run it down our throat. All right, Redskins at Eagles. Eagles. Come on. We're not even going to go deep into that. Rams at Panthers. Could be a really close game. You got the Rams going to the East Coast. Golf can be up and down, but I still like the Rams. Going with the Rams. Colts at Chargers. I think the Chargers probably don't get enough love because they're playing in the same division with the Chiefs. But those two, that may be the top two teams in the AFC East this year. I'm going with the Chargers. Giants at Cowboys. This wasn't as easy to pick because one, I think Eli Manning doesn't get the respect he deserves as being a Super Bowl winner, and he has put up big numbers. He's also struggled at times, but we'll see now. And then you're also looking at a Cowboys team that does not have Ezekiel Elliott this week. So, can they get it done? I think I'm going with the Cowboys, but I'm not lying. And a lot of that has to do with them being in Dallas. I'm going with the Cowboys, but I'm not betting the farm. 49ers at Buccaneers. Another game. I really don't know which way to go with this one, except that I just think that turnovers lead to defeat, and Winston Jameson is not always the best protector of the football. The 49ers play awful well with Garoppolo, so I'm going with the 49ers. Lions at Cardinals. Stafford versus Murray. Should be an interesting game, but I think Stafford is definitely a lot farther along in his development, and the Lions are probably a little underrated. I'm going with the Lions. Steelers at Patriots. Wow. Yes, I hate both of these teams. Well, I hate the Patriots, and I hate Ben Roethlisberger. So what I want to happen? I don't really care. I don't. I would like to see the Steelers win, but I don't see that happening. As much as I hate the Patriots, they're going to win this game. It's at home. They're probably a better balanced team than, even if they're not as dominant as they used to be, they're probably a better balanced team than the Steelers. Yeah, all I can hope is that both defenses come out fired up and beat up some quarterbacks, because I can't stand Brady, and I can't stand Roethlisberger. Oh wow. But I am going with the Patriots. So we got two games on Monday night. We got the Texans at Saints. I believe in Drew Brees. I think he's going to lead the Saints to victory on Monday night. I think Brees is probably the most underrated quarterback of this time period, just because of Brady. Brees is going to get his, and so I'm taking the Saints. And what could be a competitive game out west with the Broncos at the Raiders. Oh, wow. And what a dumpster fire the Raiders have got going with Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown would have to play on a Jerry Rice level to warrant the amount of garbage that he's kicked up. I like the Broncos. Don't know how Flacco will play out there, but he doesn't have. All he's got to do is manage the game because they got Philip Lindsay running the ball, and they've got a killer defense. So I'm going with the Broncos. Not that I think that Brown's behavior will be their ultimate downfall, but if he's not playing, especially if he's not playing, I just don't see Carr being able to generate the kind of offense that they will need to get past the Broncos. So those are my picks for week 1, and I hope that if you have sat through this, you will definitely engage me with some conversation about week 1 in the NFL. And so for me and Jake, we will see you soon.